Hello again, my dear students. Today we're going to discuss another topic in grammar, namely instructions. By the end of this lesson, you're going to be able to construct simple instructions. You will also be able to put these instructions in a sequence. To understand how we make instructions, let's have a look at these examples. Lama reads a story every night. When we make a command or an instruction, we would say, read a story every night. Second example, she stopped eating bread for a week. When we make a command or an instruction from this sentence, it would be stop eating bread for a week. What do you notice here? Read a story every night. Stop eating bread for a week. In both cases, we started with the verb. We don't have an explicit subject. But you would tell me now, hey, you have said before that in order for a sentence to be a sentence, it has to have a subject, a verb, and a complete thought or idea. Yes. What told you that the imperative or instruction or command doesn't have a subject? When I say read a story every night, the subject is you. I am talking to you. You here is implied. It is understood from the context. That's why I don't need to say it explicitly. So here, read a story every night. Stop eating bread for a week. Both are sentences. They are imperatives. They are instructions. They have what makes a sentence a sentence. They have a subject, a verb, and a complete idea. But the subject here is implied, understood from the context. Again, what do you notice about the structure of the instruction? It has no subject because the subject would be implied. It is you. And what we will see in front of us would be the verb and the rest of the sentence. But note that the verb would be in the infinitive, in the original form. It doesn't have any addition. It doesn't have an S. It is not in the past tense. It is in the original form. It is an infinitive without to. Example, don't use your phone over 4 hours a day. As I told you, an instruction is an imperative sentence which has the form verb in the infinitive plus the rest of the sentence, and the subject is implied. However, we have to note here that imperative sentences can take other forms, not only instructions. So we would have warnings like watch out, look out. We would have orders or commands, sit down, turn on the lights, wake up now. We would have also advice. It is another form of imperatives, advice. Don't eat heavy meals at night. Don't panic. We would have requests like, please help me. Please reconsider. Please leave me alone. And we come to our topic today, instructions like open the box and take out the device. Go straight ahead, then turn right. Take your medicine after eating a meal. All these forms are imperatives. They all share the structure. We start with the verb in the infinitive form and then the rest of the sentence, and in all cases, the subject is implied. Let's have a look at some common classroom instructions in English. Take out a pencil. Take out a sheet of paper. Write your name on the paper. Open your books. Turn to page 17. Read the paragraph on page 35. Close your books. Put your books away. Stand up. Sit down. Find a partner. Look at the board. Raise your hand. Please open your books to page 24. These are all instructions and they are formed in the same way I have told you about. We start with the verb in the infinitive and then we follow with the rest of the sentence. And in all examples, the subject is implied. It is you. Here are some tips we need to remember when we give instructions. As for length, keep instructions brief and to the point. As for word choice, choose the vocabulary which will be understood by your audience. If you use some jargon terms or technical terms, define them. As for language, write in clear and concise language. Use precise language. We have more tips to remember when we give instructions. As for design, when you design a set of instructions or a brochure, for example, make sure that the instructions page is easy to read and you can use visuals. Actually, visuals can be very important. They can help you to understand the purpose of instructions. They can help to identify parts or equipment. They can help to understand a specific step or series of steps. And they can help to avoid injury or increase safety. When we're designing a set of instructions, we need to include warnings of precautions in order to give our audience an idea about the problems that may arise when following the steps. When we give a series of instructions, we need to make sure that the steps are clear. Arrange your steps using the order in which the task needs to be done. Instructions should be carried out in the order they are given. This is very important. Steps in the instructions are always written in the second person as a command. Of course, we have dealt with that before, and we said that the instruction is formed like this. We start with the infinitive, verb, and then the rest of the sentence, and the subject is you. And of course, this is the same form of the command. Steps in the instructions should have parallel structure, the same sentence structure. So all the steps should be similar in their structure. Steps should be written like this. Insert disk into CD drive, close drive door, press enter. This is the form of the instruction. Use sequence words. Sequence words would give you an idea about the order. It would make the order of the steps clearer, like first, second, then, next, after that, finally, etc. This would make the order of the steps really clear. Thank you for your listening.